Brandon, you ready?
Hey, ready to film?
Guys,
Dude,
we said we weren't gonna film yet.
Dude, get ready.
Okay, well, give me a second, well then we'll restart this.
Brandon, you ready yet?
Of course I'm ready. Let's get into this. This is the Pause Restart 17 RB, and I'm super excited to give you a tour today on this thing, so let's get into it. Sorry guys, it's a little bit messy. Let me fix this up. And then I didn't even get a chance to put my towel away because these guys disturbed me right after I got out of the shower. But I'm gonna bring it back and then show you guys the bathroom to start off the tour. So come on back here. And check this out. They actually give you a place to hang your towel. Something you don't see in every trailer is a towel holder. This one has two little hooks here, so you can have multiple towels on there. I love that. I don't know if we've ever started a tour in the bathroom, but this just worked out great. But this is a pretty spacious shower. I'm a bigger guy, 6'2". That's why they added this skylight here so that you get a little bit more headroom. The shower does have hot and cold water, so you don't have to take cold showers. You have a Suburban hot water heater, so you're gonna be able to have hot water for your hot showers in the morning. And then this curtain here, it folds out. And so I actually don't mind the curtain because if I, put my arms out a little bit, I have space to move around a little bit more. Not sure if you can see that on the camera, but I'm gonna tie this back up. And then you got nice shelving here to be able to put your shampoos and soaps while you shower. So coming down to the other part of the bathroom, you have a toilet here. This is a porcelain toilet. It's got a black tank on here, and then you got your toilet paper holder. They actually put it on an angle, so that way when you're sitting on it, you have more space to be able to operate. And then if you shut the door, you can see this is where the door closes. I have like 6 inches between my knees and the door, so I really like that there's a lot of space in here. Nice sink too to wash your hands, and another little towel holder for your hand drying towel. And then if I put this up, you can see there's also outlets here, and then you do have a power tower as well for additional outlets and USB plugs. So you can charge your phone in the bathroom if you want. You can plug in a blow dryer, and then you got more storage here on the side and storage underneath, which is great for towels or extra toiletries. Really a ton of space for bathroom stuff. It might be more space than you need, but this can just become extra space for other stuff you want to bring with you. So that's the bathroom. Really love the way they did the bathroom in this trailer. This is a 17-foot box. I've seen a lot of 17-foot box trailers that have really cramped small bathrooms. This one feels really spacious for a box this size. So love the bathroom in this thing. You're gonna be able to shower. You're gonna be able to do your duties, do your number ones, your number twos. Toilets are a big talking point in RVs, and it's one of the big reasons you buy an RV is to be able to take care of business while on the road. So that's the bathroom. Then I'm gonna walk out here, shut this door. This does have a nice full door here, not like a sliding pocket door, which I really like actually. So then you got this nice lounging area, and I want to turn on the TV so I can come here, turn on Price is Right. It's one of my routines in the morning. Oh no. What's going on with Nancy Guthrie? Okay, well, I'm gonna turn that off. I don't need that bad news while I'm out camping. I really love that they give you a power tower here too. So this is a great place to sit down, do some work. You have a table here. The TV, your power towers, your lights, even your AC, all runs off grid, so you don't have to be plugged in, which is an amazing feature. It's all ran by this Victron, so everything's still Victron. So Victron's one of the most reputable, highest end electrical management systems out there. Your inverter is Victron. This is the Victron panel, so I can see exactly how much percentage I have left in my battery, how much solar I'm bringing in. I want to kind of lift these up and show you guys. This is your Victron, so you can see here the 2,000 watt inverter, and then I got 306 amp hours of Xpeon batteries, and Xpeon is a very reputable company as well. They have a 12-year warranty on these, so if you have any issues with these batteries in the first 12 years of owning this RV, you're going to be able to get those warranted. Victron is amazing as well. A lot of RVs, your AC and your outlets, you'll have to be plugged in or be running a generator of some kind. With the pause and this restart, everything's off grid like I mentioned. So even this AC, this is actually a direct dump Furrion AC. Super efficient. I think it's like 18,000 BTUs. I'll put the exact number in the text here. This thing is super efficient, runs off the batteries, and the box is pretty contained, pretty small, so it cools it down really fast. We had this running at the Expo where they actually revealed this unit, and this was running and it was super cooled in here. Indiana can be a bit humid, but when we came inside the trailer and this thing was running, it was nice and cool. So I'm actually really impressed by this, and look how low profile it is. So I'm 6'2", and it's not even a concern. It's like almost right into the ceiling, which very low profile. It's kind of rare from an AC. I love that. So that's your power systems. Everything can run off grid, and this is Paws's most affordable trailer. It's more affordable than their Pause lineup or their Reboot lineup. So this is called the Restart, and they're gonna have more models coming out in this price range. And to my left here is the kitchen area. Full functional kitchen, hood vent, stove. First I want to start with the fridge. This is a massive fridge. Like, you could probably store a month's worth of food in here, and look at the freezer too. It's huge. So you can put your ice cream in the freezer, you can put your steaks and your meats, your eggs, whatever in the fridge. You're gonna be able to store a lot of food in here. And this is a 12-volt fridge. It doesn't have a flame behind it that can catch your trailer on fire. It's completely 12-volt, runs off the batteries. And these Furrion fridges are super efficient as well. And then the kitchen area, there's a switch here for, look at this. That's nice. The lighting's really cool in here. The under cabinet lighting, the above cabinet lighting. Very nice touch. So plenty of light here to see what you're cooking. This is a 2-burner stove from Greystone. I like how it's just 2 burners. You also have an outside kitchen I'll show you in a minute. And the countertop is a composite countertop, so it's not gonna crack or break. Really durable. And then you got your sink here. I got my bread here on my cutting board, but I like the cutting board cover because if I'm not using the sink and I'm cooking something, I can be chopping stuff up here. But if I want to use a sink, I just take this off. I can still chop stuff up here. And then look at this faucet. This is pretty cool. So it folds just down like that. But you can go up, you can flip it around, up and down. And then there's even a built-in soap dispenser, so you don't have to have something sitting on the counter. This is going to be safe in transit, which is a nice touch. Now this isn't a kitchen feature, but you can see here I have the backup camera plugged in. So you can look out on the lake there. We're parked by the lake here in Utah. And that is a nice touch. I typically will just put this in the truck, and so I can be able to see when I'm backing into a campsite, or if I'm navigating a pretty tight area, that can be a helpful feature. Other things in the kitchen. Right here, we have the built-in convection microwave oven with air fryer. So as you can see here on the sticker, it says 3-in-1 appliance. It's a microwave, it's a convection oven, and it's an air fryer. You can even see the settings here. You can bake, you can air fry, you can roast, you can micro, you can just kidding. You can microwave, convection, microwave plus convection, and then it does come with some accessories that will help you to bake things or air fry things. So you're all set up and ready to go. Air fryer recipes are abundant on the internet. They're quick, fast, and easy, so I highly recommend air frying some recipes up while you're on the road. You'll be surprised what an air fryer can do. I think most people own them nowadays, but if you don't, your first air fryer can be in this Restart. The next thing I want to point out is the overall storage and the space. So look at this space here, this hallway. Really nice open hallway, open plan, and then tons of storage. You got over cabinet storage here above the kitchen. Great place to store pantry items. You got storage under here for your pots and pans. I'm just going crazy. You got storage here for more pots and pans, and you got storage above the booth. It's a little bit more shallow, but a good place to store some extra blankets or just your extra items. I mean, check it out. In a trailer this size, and I'm not even showing you all the stores there is. There's more behind the camera over there. I'll show you that in a second. I want to point out something really cool that Forest River does, and it's this sticker here. So for the first year, since you purchase your trailer, you get this complimentary 24/7 roadside assistance. So that means if you encounter an issue, don't know how something works, it's late at night, this literally says 24/7, which if you don't know means 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. which is every hour of the day. I want to shout out our tech line as well while I talk about this. So when you buy a trailer from ROA, you also become a roamer, become part of the roamer community, but you get access to the tech line. Blake is one of the smartest people I know. He knows these pause trailers like the back of his hand. And so he's there that you can text, you can call him, and you can get support as well. Specifically from ROA, our goal is to keep you out camping, not to have you bring it to the shop. So this is just a quick note, but most dealers will tell you, hey, just bring it in. That way they can bill you for the warranty hours. They can look at it, diagnose it. All the meanwhile, you're getting charged for that. With us, we have a tech line so you can stay out camping, and we end up not making money off of you. But our goal is not to make as much money off of you as possible. It's to actually keep you camping and have you using your trailer more. And we found that 80% of issues can be solved over the phone without having to bring it into a service shop. So that's our goal. If we can keep you out camping, that's our #1 goal. Besides our tech line at ROA, another thing that's going to keep you camping more is having the mattress of your choice. And for a lot of people, having a north to south bed is super important. They don't want to have to crawl over their significant other to be able to go to the bathroom, or if they get up in the middle of the night. This is a north-south bed. So just to demonstrate, if I wake up, I can just hop out like this instead of an east-west bed where I have to crawl over somebody else. So that can be a big, important thing people look for. This is also a true queen bed. So you're gonna be able to take this mattress out. Most RVs don't come with a comfortable mattress. I think a lot of manufacturers find that people just end up getting rid of them and putting the mattress of their choice, but sometimes they give you weird sizes, like an RV full, RV queen. This is a true residential queen, so you're gonna be able to swap it out and just go to the mattress store and get a queen bed of your choice. You wanna be comfortable while you're on the road, especially if you're taking this thing out for a few days, weeks at a time. You can't compromise your sleep, and so with this thing, you're gonna be able to put in the mattress of your choice. I talked about storage in that living area. There's also a bunch of storage here over the bed. So you do have like overhead cabinets. This can be a great place to store, you know, small items like socks and underwear. And then you also have closets, so you can hang up stuff in here. And we found that you can hang like 20 to 30 items of clothing in these. And then there's also going to be additional storage underneath your clothing for other random items. Each side of the bed also has little counters and space, but also has outlets. So you do have a USB-A, USB-C, and 2 120 volts. So you're going to be able to charge your phone. And I actually like that they have this counter space here. Be able to set your books down, your reading glasses down, your phone, your wallet, all this stuff, and it's not really in your way. Super nice. I love the bed area, and I love that it's north-south bed. So we've gone over 2 things. The reason you buy a trailer, we say this over and over, but it's for the bathroom and for the bed. If not, you just sleep in a tent on the ground and you dig a hole to go to the bathroom. But you get to a point in life, I'm kind of hitting that point where I don't want to do that anymore. I want to sit on a toilet to go to the bathroom, and I want to sleep on a mattress. Is that too much to ask? I don't think so. The other reason is for appliances. So what a tent usually doesn't have is air conditioning and a heater. So right here by your bed is actually your Suburban furnace. This runs off the propane. Right here, this is your outlet. So it's just one big output, but in a box like this, that's not a problem. It doesn't need to be ducted. So that's gonna warm you up really nice. That's your Suburban. And then like I talked about up here is that direct dump AC. There's a remote here. We're not plugged in, so I'm gonna show you that this does work. Turn that on. You can dial in your temperature. Right now it's at 65. I have the remote too, so I can just have it by my bed. If I get too cold in the middle of the night, it's most likely gonna be an issue because look at this. It's dumping right on the bed. But that's where you want it. If you have one place you want it to dump, it's gonna be right on the bed so you stay cool at night and you can sleep comfy. And there you go. 306 amp hours of lithium, Victron inverter. This thing's running just fine. This thing's sweet.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it.
You also have different modes, so you can do auto, you can do cool, you could just have it as a fan. This actually does have a heat pump in it too, but it's gonna use your battery power, whereas I'd rather use a propane furnace if I had a choice. Different settings for night, eco modes, and all that stuff, but love having air conditioning, love having a heater, and a water heater. So not only do you buy a trailer for the bed and the bathroom, but you buy it to stay comfortable, and a lot of that is staying cool in the summer, staying warm in the winter. Now, I want to go outside. We'll talk about some of the rugged features, why it can go off-road, the way it's built. So let's jump outside and I'll show you that. All right, coming outside, some of the features may be more towards the dudes. We have that stereotype here. One of my favorite things on any trailer, but especially this one, is an outdoor kitchen. And they've actually gone with the same exact design here that you see on the 17.4, the 14.3, if you've seen the reboots. It's the same setup. So I love having a Greystone griddle, especially on an outdoor kitchen and especially for breakfast. So I wake up in the morning, come outside. You do have a fridge here. This is a drawer fridge from Everchill. It can be a freezer as well, but I'm gonna keep, you know, a dozen eggs, bacon, cheese, and then I'm gonna cook up breakfast for my family out here. There's also a cutting board here, but it's also a nice surface to just set stuff on and prepare food. And then I also have a sink here. So this pops down, and then there's a hot and cold outlet here, but you just come out, you can rinse stuff off. If I have any utensils, I can scrub them off. You just pull the plug, drain it out, or you can remove it, and then I could go to this lake and throw it out into the lake because it's all water anyway, right? This lake is pretty contaminated. We actually were thinking about, should we do a test where we filter the water, you know, get one of those water filters and fill up an RV with it, but then I will drink the water. This lake has made news headlines for being one of the most contaminated, toxic lakes maybe ever. It looks nice on camera, but people are even scared to swim in it, let alone drink it. So maybe we'll do that in a future video. Comment below if you want to see that, if you're interested in that. And then you have your, like I said, this is your spray nozzle and then your propane hookup. Also a little drawer, you can store some utensils in there too. This kitchen is pretty awesome. Cooking outside is one of the best feelings you can have. It's one of the main reasons I like camping in an RV, because I cook inside at home all the time. I don't cook outside all that much, but when you're camping, cooking outside just, if it hits different. Now, if I want a place to eat outside, there's this super nice counter. These stools are an option, but I can come sit, eat my food here. Also, if it's a really nice day out, I can come plug my laptop in. There is a 120 volt outlet here. So I can come plug my laptop in and do some work outside here on a nice quiet day like today. It's actually a really nice day today. It's February here in Utah, but unlike the rest of the country, we haven't gotten hit with snowstorms and record low temps. We're actually the opposite. It's like summer. This is cool. This is a little rack. You can put an outdoor trash can. That's also an option. It just clips on here, so you can have a place to store your trash outside. Coming to the back, and I want to point out this cargo rack. So this folds down. I'll show you guys this. So this is similar to the cargo rack on the other pauses. It's just a little bit lighter, not as much weight capacity. So this flips up, so you can have bikes on here, and this helps you just tie those bikes down. You can also have boxes back here for extra cargo storage. And this is fine to have out while you're in transit. So this is a nice just feature to have, to be able to have some extra outside storage. I know some people that go pretty crazy with their rear storage, and so this is just nice. A lot of people do it aftermarket, but this is just built right in. And it's light, so, and it's got friction to it. I didn't know that, look at that. But I can do it with one arm. Super easy. You got your spare tire here, so if you have an emergency, it is mounted up here. Speaking about the walls, I can bang these pretty hard. These walls are built the exact same way that they are built on the Pause 22.4, which is a $160,000 trailer. And the Reboots, which are $100,000 trailers, I'll let you look in the description how much it is because it can change, but this thing is a lot less than the Reboots or Pauses, but the walls are built the exact same way. They're built by County Line Laminating. It's a fiberglass backed by Asdel, and then it also has a thermal barrier of foam that sits between the fiberglass and the studs. So a lot of times you'll see studs directly touching the fiberglass, and that just becomes a pass-through point for hot or cold temperatures to get through. The way these are built, they have a thermal barrier, so that reduces the thermal bridging you're gonna get. And so you don't have studs directly touching the outside, so if the sun's hitting this wall like it is now, you're not gonna feel your wall being hot on the inside. We've actually put these walls to quite the test in Arizona. We were in 120 degree weather, 120 degree heat, And we were really impressed with how the pauses performed. You can go watch that video, we'll link that below, and you can see how these walls perform. These walls built the exact same way. The only thing different is the AC system, but like I said in there, this AC is amazing. So coming to this side, I want to point out your tire. These are a Goodyear Duratrack tire, and sitting behind it is the independent suspension, which is the Kurt Beast Mode suspension. That is amazing. We actually took this thing to Moab. We took this one, which is the most affordable pause out there, and then we took the most expensive pause, the 22.4, on the same exact trail, and they both made it. They both survived. There are small differences with how they perform, but this thing made it through the trail without an issue. So I love the independent suspension on this. The Kurt Beast Mode just allows us to be a little bit lighter, a little bit more affordable, and it's on a Lippert steel frame. So that's some differences between this and the other pauses, is the other pauses have that aluminum moride frame. This is a powder coated steel frame, and it has the Kurt Beast Mode suspension. That just helps it be more affordable, but it doesn't compromise on performance, which is something I really love. The decisions Pause made were smart because they made changes on things like the windows and the suspension, but the suspension still performs just as well. It's an independent suspension, it's off-road worthy. This thing is lightweight. You can see here on the sticker, it is 4,990 pounds, so it's under 5,000 pounds. And so that is one of the lightest trailers Pause has ever made. But as you saw on the inside, the comfort, the space, and everything you get is still quite incredible. All right, coming around to the front kind of hitch area, you will see this cabinet space here. This is actually gonna change, and it's gonna be put on the driver's side. So this is the first model ever made, so that's gonna change. This also does have an electric tongue jack, which I like not having to do winding or anything like that. So you can see that just comes down, has a nice wide foot, and then you're gonna be able to lift it off the hitch. This does have a 2 5/16 ball. This is a standard ball. So you've seen on the Reboots and Pause, it has the articulating moride hitch. This has a standard ball. So this is something we've been talking about. Let us know what you think in the comments of this. Is a articulating hitch necessary for you, or do you think this is fine? Like I would say on forest roads and anything not too extreme, this is just fine. I mean, we pushed this thing to the limit in Moab. Go watch those adventures. We did that whole trail on this exact hitch, this exact frame with the exact suspension. And most people, when we do trails like that, they tell us, hey, I mean, it's cool that you guys do all of that, but to be honest, I'm not gonna do anything near that. And I think that's a pretty common feeling among people who buy from us, that they're not gonna take it extreme. And so I'm gonna tell you right now that I think this thing is just fine if you're not gonna go extreme, but let us know what you think. If you'd like us to figure out a mod for this or to have it removable to put something else on, we'd like to know your thoughts on that. But if going crazy extreme off-road is important for you, then I highly suggest, go up to the Reboot or the other pauses. This is more for, semi off-road, going on those forest roads and things like that. But let us know what you think of that. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We're willing to listen and pass it on to Pause and the manufacturer. Just to close it out with a few specs, this thing, like I said, it's a little over 17 foot for the box, a little bit over 20 feet. It's 20 feet 7 inches for the total length. It's 11 feet tall, weighs just under 5,000 pounds. You got 200 watts of solar on the roof, 306 amp hours of lithium battery. So this thing is spec'd out. It's got tons of features, and it's a great entry level, get into off-roading, get into the lifestyle kind of trailer. I love the Restart personally. I think it's a super comfortable interior, but it's still got the capability that you'd expect from Pause. They didn't compromise on the performance, on the capability of the trailer. Like I said, we took it to Moab. I mean, we took it on a pretty extreme trail and it performed great. So I'm not worried about getting this thing off road, getting it off grid. I can run all my components off grid. So this is a great trailer. If you want to come see one in person, we do have 4 stores across the US. We have one in Arizona, one in Colorado, one in South Carolina, and one in Utah. You can come touch it, feel it, get your hands on it, sit on the bed, sit in the booth, turn on the lights, sit on the toilet, whatever you want. Come by, come see it. And we hope to get you into this and into our roamer community, because when you buy from ROA, you become a roamer. You can come to our adventures in Moab actually and get off-road, kind of build your confidence in the lifestyle. We also have rallies where you can meet hundreds of other roamers and start organizing your own trips and getting out together and having good campfire stories and laughs. Our main goal at ROA is to get you out, get you using your trailer more, and we do that through our adventures and our rallies, but also through our tech lines. You can stay out and keep camping. So we hope to see you at an experience center soon, and we'll see you on the next one.